It's crippling tradies across the country. Workers paying the price for years on building sites, quarries or mines. Many suffering a disease that literally turns them into stone. Now they're fighting for compensation.
It affects me in almost every way.
This is all Dave Waters wants to do again, but at 39, this once strong bloke can't even lift his children anymore, let alone put on a pair of socks.
On particularly bad days, it'll bring a tear to your eye for sure.
Just putting your socks on?
Just putting your socks on. Yeah, just getting out of bed is a struggle on those days.
It's a very frightening condition because, you know, it attacks all parts of your body.
At 70, Benny Zacconi has spent 20 years in pain.
Well, I get a lot of stabbing pain in my hands, my feet, all my joints. I get ulcers in my legs. I get ulcers on my knuckles. Very bad pain, can't support the pain. And very painful.
These gentlemen are living in hell. They have been dealt an impossible hand at life.
Catherine Townsend heads up a department at Shine Lawyers devoted to representing the victims of diseases caused by silica dust.
Week on week, we are still seeing young people coming forward with these horrific diseases that have been caused by their work. It is atrocious and it's appalling and it's not good enough.
And what did they diagnose you with, David?
I've been diagnosed with mixed connective tissue disease and rheumatoid arthritis.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. It was a lot for a young man to hear.
Dave was 36 when he was told he had an autoimmune disease, and he has no doubt it's because he worked for 6 years as a stonemason.
It's everything that I do. There's an element of pain in any movement that I have.
Did you ever imagine at your age that you'd be suffering like this?
Well, this is my life now. I'm in all this pain. I've just got to carry on and keep going because the rest of the family needs me.
Watching that decline was really soul-destroying, so it was, heart-wrenching.
Amy is Dave's wife. She says just before their second son was born, Dave was struck down.
If they knew that it was so toxic, why was it left to the point where there's people's souls and homes being destroyed and lives being destroyed because of this toxic, substance that's, in the air? I think it's really awful.
My conditions at work, look, there were days that you couldn't breathe there, very dusty conditions, not knowing that there was silica in the air there.
Benny drove a forklift at a brickworks for 25 years. Now he has scleroderma, a disease that literally turns sufferers to stone.
I find it very hard to continue the way I'm going.
His body's very stiff, in the sense that he finds it hard even to hold a fork, cutlery, to eat.
Maria is Benny's wife.
There's no cure for it. The prognosis wouldn't be a great one. Just has to struggle along with life and deal with the pain on a daily basis.
Your joints contract, you have less movement, so it is kind of like that hardness of turning your body into stone.
President of Scleroderma Australia, Amanda Laurie-Jones, says there are 6,000 sufferers in Australia, but the number is increasing because of environmental factors.
So it has come about that, silica dust is probably one of those environmental factors and, linked to certain occupations as well.
We're seeing people come to us from quarrying, from mining, from tunnelling, from stonemasonry, from all sorts of walks of life where people are being exposed to silica.
Can an employer say they simply weren't aware of the dangers?
There is no excuse for people being exposed to these levels of dust. I mean, the information has been out there for a long time that these conditions can be caused by dust.
I was really angry when I found out that I've been working in a toxic environment for such a long time.
Do you think there's any excuse for you having to suffer the way you are?
None whatsoever.
Dave has been told he could also develop scleroderma.
The likelihood is my condition will deteriorate. over time, with obviously the possibility of further conditions developing.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be awful.
Yeah, it's not good news.
No, absolutely.
Dave's seeking compensation for his suffering. Benny has already received a payout, and lawyer Catherine Townsend says sometimes it's a hard battle, as happened recently with another scleroderma sufferer.
We were able to secure a very substantial lump sum outcome for him. Unfortunately, he passed away the next day from his disease. But he passed away knowing that his wife was going to be cared for and that she would have dignity and certainty while she was grieving for him.
All these men want is to warn other tradies to be aware before it's too late.
Just to protect themselves at work and, not to not breathe in silica.
If your routine has changed or you're just starting to feel tired or sore, don't just put it off. The sooner you can get yourself checked out and diagnosed on proper medication, they can start controlling the disease to stop it spiralling to a point where you're incapacitated.